Okay, so let's answer sample problem number 2. Okay, need to delete this one. Okay, Dignity Company had the following consignment transactions during the current year. So therefore, this is a consignment transaction. Okay, di ba? So, consignment, goods under consignment, pwede party for inventory if ikaw yung consignor. Diba? But if you are the consignee, diba, that's not part of your inventory. Okay, so Dignity Company had the following consignment transactions during the current year. So first, inventory shipped on consignment to a consignee. Therefore, our point of view here, tayo yung consignor. Kita si consignor, si Dignity Company ang consignor. Why? Because, diba, di-ship niya ang goods on consignment to a consignee. Therefore, the possession of the goods naka-consignee na, but again, the title of the goods is still owned by the consignor or the Dignity Company. So therefore, part ba niya sa inventory nato, di ba? Yes, it's part of our inventory. So let's highlight that one. Okay, how about the freight paid by Dignity? Okay, this is the freight paid by Dignity for the katong goods consigned, di ba? So katong gibayara mo ni ang freight ni gibayad ni Dignity ni consignor katong goods nga iyang gipa-consign. So is it part of the cost of our inventory? So, appeal ba ni siya sa cost atong inventory? Yes, that's appeal, di ba? That's included because, again, we are the consignor here, di ba? So, the freight paid for the goods out for consignment to a consignee is part of the cost of your inventory. Okay, third item, you have inventory received on consignment from a consignor. So, ano yung point of view natin, 'di ba? So kinsa ta dire, kinsa atong point of view. So this time we are the consignee. 'Di ba? Why? Because naka-receive ta og inventory from on consignment from a consignor. Therefore, we are the consignee here, 'di ba? Si Dignity Company yung consignee. Question, 'di ba? Yung possession ng goods ng inventory which is worth 800,000, considered ba yon as inventory in Dignity? Di ba? Okay, the answer is no. Di ba? Dignity lang has the possession of the 800,000 inventory but the title of the goods still part of the consignor, di ba? So, yung title ng goods, si consignor pa rin yung may-ari ng goods. Okay, so therefore, this is not part of Dignity's inventory. Okay, freight paid by consignor, so same since we are the consignee here, so it's not included on our inventory. So, no sales of consigned goods were made during the current year. So, therefore, walang sales na nangyari, di ba? Walang naibenta among these inventories. So, pasabot, walay movement sa inventory. Walay na-deduct sa inventory. Therefore, what amount should be reported as consigned inventory at year end? So, the answer is 650,000. Diba? Those inventories, nakita ang consignor. We ship the inventories on consignment to a consignee. So, the answer is 650,000. So, this is the answer. Okay. So, sample problem number 3, medyo taas-taas ni. Okay, so again, we need to, the question is, what is the correct amount of inventory that should be reported on December 31, 2019? So the correct amount of inventory na dapat i-report on December 31, 2019. Okay, let's read the problem. A Reverend Company conducted a physical count on December 31, 2019, which revealed merchandise with a total cost of 5 million. Therefore, di ba, at the end of December 31, 2019, si Reverend Company, nag-physical count siya, nag-ihap siya sa iyang inventory. While doing the physical count, mo ni ang total cost sa iyang naihap nga inventory. That is worth 5 million of inventories. Okay, however, further investigation revealed the following items were excluded from the count. Take note, excluded from the count. So, sa kaning 5 million, kaning mga items dire, these were not included on the physical count. So, excluded on the physical count. Okay, so therefore, our starting point here is 5 million. Diba? Yung physical count natin is 5 million. Okay, let's review each item. So first item, you have goods sold to a customer which are being held for the customer to call at the customer's convenience with a cost of 200,000. Okay, so first, 'di ba, we need to identify kaninong point of view, 'di ba? Kinsa ta nga point of view. So this time, since goods sold to a customer man, so kita ang nagbaligya ang customer, so therefore we are the seller. 'Di ba? Point of view seller. Okay. So the transaction, sinahitabo sa transaction, gibaligya daw kang customer which are being held for the customer to call at the customer's convenience with a cost of 200,000. So kaninga goods wala na appeal sa atong physical count worth 200,000. Why? Because 'di ba nakapundo lang siya held for customer to call at the customer's convenience. So hulat na lang ni nga mutawag si customer para kaon ang products, kaon ang goods. 'Di ba? So at customer's convenience. So the question now is kasi owner ani nga goods if this is the case. 'Di ba? Take note that the goods is already sold. So na-sold na, once the goods is already sold, 'di ba? Automatic the title of the goods is transferred to the buyer. Okay, and also, 'di ba, being held for the customer to call at the customer's convenience. Kumbaga nahalin na siya, hulat na lang nga kaon ni customer. So question karon, who owns the goods already, 'di ba? In this case. So the answer is the owner of the good is, so the title of the good is naana kang buyer. Therefore, kinsa atong perspective diri, seller. We are the seller. So who owns or who has the title of the goods? Si buyer na. Therefore, part ba sa atong inventory? Dili na, di ba? So tama ra nga this item was excluded on the physical count. So therefore, no effect, di ba? So item 1. Okay, item 1, no effect or ignored. Why? Again, because it was already sold, therefore the title is already transferred to the buyer. And our point of view here is kita si seller. Therefore, tama ra nga wala sa na-appeal, excluded siya sa atong 5 million. So, tama ra wala sa gi-appeal. Therefore, item 1, no effect or ignored, di ba? In computing the correct amount of inventory. Okay, item 2. Diba? Okay, item 2, a packing case containing a product costing 500,000 was standing in the shipping room when the physical inventory was taken. So while nag-ihap daw ta, at the end of the year, na ay product, na packing case containing product, na isulod nga product, na case nga na isulod nga product worth 500,000, na siya sa shipping room. Therefore, wala sa na-appeal og ihap. Because nasa sa shipping room, wala sa stock room or katong mga items nga imong ipang-ihap na sa nga area. So, wala sa na-appeal. The product was not included in the inventory. Again, wala sa gi-appeal because it was marked hold for shipping instructions. So, na nakasulat dito nga hold for shipping instructions. Okay, the investigation revealed that the customer's order was dated December 28, 2019, but the case was shipped and the customer billed on January 5, 2020. Okay, so unsay buhaton nato ani, di ba? Kinsay owner sa goods. So ang nahitabo ani na ay products, na ay case dito, na naisulod product worth 500,000, nakapundo sa shipping room, tapos na instruction nga hold for shipping instructions. But upon investigation, kita nga naday customer order pa lang siya dated December 28, 2019. So naaday nag-order. But the case was shipped, so na-ship siya, and the customer billed on January 5, 2020. So ano sa pag-identify who is the owner? So di ba walay freight term nakabutang, di ba? So walay freight term nakabutang. So question karon kinsay tag-iya sa goods? Di ba? Kinsay tag-iya sa goods? Take note that customer order pa lang ang naa. Di ba? Order pa lang. So wala pa na-release nga invoice, even wala pa billing, di ba? Okay, so but the case was shipped. So na-ship siya on January na next year. Question, kinsay tag-iya sa goods? Before that, di ba? Kinsa ta dire? Kinsa ta nga point of view, seller, buyer. Di ba? So kita si seller. So our point of view here is seller. Why? Again, because customer order was dated, di ba? So gibaligya nato to kang atong gibaligya ang product sa atong customer. Because na nag-order. So we are the seller here. Okay. So question karon, kasi tag-iya sa goods. Nga wala pa na ship within the year. Tapos order lang imo na receive on December 28, 2019. Okay, so still the owner of the goods is a seller. Why? Because na-ship siya on January 5 pa. Diba? So on January 5 pa, na-ship siya. And pwede na to i-assume nga when you are on, kung silent ang shipping terms niya, if ikaw si seller, so always think na FOB destination ang shipping terms. Pag ikaw po si buyer, if silent ang problem, okay, think nga FOB shipping point ang assumption nato. Okay. So again, since silent ang problem, wala gingon unsay shipping term niya, so we assume that since we are in the perspective of the seller, FOB destination ang shipping term niya. So therefore, kung FOB destination, di ba, the title of the goods transferred upon receipt. But based on the investigation, the goods was shipped on January 5 na. Therefore, since destination wala pa niabot ang goods kang customer within 2019, therefore the owner of the goods is still si seller. So question, na-appeal ba sa physical count ni nga goods nga inventory? Wala. Dapat ba sa i-appeal? Yes, because si seller gyapon ang naay title sa goods. So therefore, na-appeal siya sa physical count nga 5 million? Wala. Pero dapat ba sa i-appeal? Yes, dapat sa i-appeal because the owner of the good is still the seller. So therefore, item 2, we need to add the 500,000 to compute the correct amount of inventory. Item 3. Okay, a special machine costing 250,000 fabricated to order for a customer was finished and specifically segregated at the back part of the shipping room on December 31, 2019. Okay, the customer was billed on that date and the machine was excluded from inventory although it was shipped on January 5, 2020. Okay, so kaning item, wala siya na-appeal sa count because giship siya, wala sa gi-appeal sa physical count. Although giship sa January 5, 2020. So during 2019, apa day sa premises sa company, di ba? Sa premises sa premises nato, di ba? So sa entity. So So ngano wa man siya gi-appeal? So wala siya gi-appeal. So kanisa nga item, special machine sa costing 250,000 fabricated to order for a customer. So ang question karon, kinsa atong point of view here? Diba? So again, we need to identify first kinsa ta nga point of view. So the point of view here is kinsa ta, kita si seller yapon, diba? Because ato ning gibaligya nga product to our customer, diba? So order for a customer. So question karon, silent as to shipping terms, but if you read the item, the problem, special machine to siya. Diba, gipa-fabricate. So si customer, gi-request gito ni customer nga mo niyang ipabuhat nga machine. Diba, fabricated to order. Plus, specifically segregated siya. Therefore, katong item is made to order. Diba? So, pa-customize to, gipabuhat ito ni customer. So, question karon, if that's the case, nahuman siya within 2019, diba? Because gitambay lang siya sa shipping room on December 31, 2019. Question karon, if you are the seller, na nag-request sa imo pa-customize, goods as sale na ba to siya? Good as sale na ba to siya? Diba? Yes, diba? Good as sale na to siya. Therefore, kung good as sale na to siya, ang title ato si customer na gyud iya ato kay naka-special man, made to order man siya, di ba? So dapat if naay na ni sa problem, di ba, fabricated to order and specifically segregated siya, so the title of the goods is already transferred to the buyer. So if in ani ang case sa problem, naka-fabricate siya, special siya, made to order, customized siya, automatic the title of the good is transferred to the buyer. Diba? Therefore, the owner of the good is the buyer. Question now. Okay, owner is si buyer. Or the title is nanakang buyer. Okay, question. Dapat ba appeal ni sa atong inventory? Dili, di ba? Walay appeal dapat sa tong inventory. Why? Because the title is already transferred kang buyer and kita si seller diri. We are the seller. Di ba? We are in the perspective of the seller. Therefore, the title is already transferred kay pagkahuman pa lang sa customized na product na item. Di ba? So, question karon, since ang title na akang buyer, dapat ba i-appeal nato siya sa atong inventory? Dili. Because again, we are the seller. Diba? Wala na sa to ang title sa goods. Okay. Therefore, item 3, tama ra nga wala siya na appeal sa physical count. Therefore, no effect. Ignored. So, tama ra nga wala sa gi-appeal sa atong physical count. Okay, let's proceed with item 4. Okay, item 4. Goods in process costing 300,000 held by an outside processor for further processing. So, unsa nahitabo dire? 'Di ba? Our goods nga wala pa na convert into finished product for processing pa lang siya, further processing. So, worth 300,000 atong gi-forward or kumbaga nag-outsource ta og other companies or entity to further process the goods. So, para ma-convert sa into finished inventory. Therefore, katong goods in process costing 300,000, kisay owner sa kisa pa'y na-title ato. Diba? Of course, kita. Because, diba, wala pa sa na-convert to finished goods, diba? So, because subject sa for further processing, so nag-outsource tag other company para i-process siya further to convert it to finished goods. And again, wala, although the possession wala sa ato, nasa other entity because kaya process further, but the title is still ours, diba? So, kita gyapon ang owner sa goods. So, therefore, item 5, we are still the owner of the goods. Kita pa ang title sa goods. So, na-appeal ba siya sa physical count? Wala. Wala siya na-appeal sa physical count because wala man siya sa facility. Because, di ba, naa siya sa outside or katong atong gi-outsource nga company, entity. So, wala gid siya na-appeal og ihap. So, question now is, appeal ba dapat siya sa atong inventory? Yes, appeal sa atong inventory. Pero wala sa na-appeal sa physical count. Therefore, we need to add the 300,000. Okay, item 5. So, item 5, goods costing 50,000 shipped by a vendor FOB seller on December 31, 2019 and received by the entity on January 10, 2020. Okay. So first, we need to identify the point of view. So seller ba ta or buyer? So in this item, goods costing 50,000 shipped by a vendor. Therefore, giship ni vendor sa ato. Therefore, our point of view here is buyer. So, we are the buyer. So, we need to consider now the shipping terms. So, what is the shipping terms? Diba, of the goods? FOB seller. Diba, what do you mean by FOB seller? Diba, FOB seller is equivalent to FOB shipping point. So, that's the same with FOB shipping point. Okay, so therefore, we are the buyer. The shipping term is FOB shipping point. Therefore, the title of the goods is transferred upon shipment. Therefore, we need to consider when is the shipment date. Okay, so the answer is the shipment date, diba? Goods costing $50 shipped by a vendor on December 31, 2019. Therefore, the goods was shipped on December 31, 2019, but we received the goods on January 10, 2020. Kasi now, ano saan na-transfer ang title? Diba? Because FOB seller or FOB shipping point, so the title of the goods transferred upon shipment. Therefore, the shipment date is December 31, 2019. Question, appeal pa ba siya sa atong inventory? Yes, appeal sa inventory because 'di ba, although the product or the goods is in transit but the term is FOB shipping point and we are the buyer here, 'di ba? So the title transfers upon shipment. Therefore, the shipment date still covered on December 31, 2019. So it's part of our inventory. So the title is transferred already to the buyer. Therefore, we are the buyer, so it's part sa atong inventory. Question, na-appeal ba niya sa atong physical count? Wala. Siyempre, wala sa na-appeal because wala sa facility. In transit pa siya. Question, dapat ba sa appeal sa atong inventory? Yes, dapat appeal sa atong inventory because, di ba, the shipping term is shipping point, kita si buyer, tapos the title transferred upon shipment. Therefore, covered pa on December 31, 2019. So, part sa atong inventory. Pero, wala sa na-appeal sa physical count, again, because wala sa facility, in transit siya. But, we are the owner already of the goods because it was shipped within December 31, 2019. So, plus 50,000, 50K. Therefore, the total or the correct amount of inventory for this problem is that's 5,850,000. Ito na lang. Okay, that's 5,850,000. So that's the correct answer. $5,000,008. So again, in answering this type of problem, you need to consider wording sa gipanggamit, di ba? Kung excluded ba, included ba, because pwede gid mo masayop if di inyo bantayan. And in answering this type of problem, di ba, each item dapat first ninyo buhaton, you need to identify the point of view. 'Di ba? Kay para di ka maglisod pag identify sa transaction. So point of view sa gyud unaha kinsa ka, seller ba ka or buyer. Then find the kanang some clues nga ipangatag sa inyo kung like shipping terms, unsay nahitabo sa transaction, inana siya. Okay. So next is okay, let's proceed with problem 4. Okay, problem 4 is a application of tong list price, invoice price nga mga formulas. Okay, I know you're familiar with this na because na-discuss na po siya sa basic accounting. Okay, on June 1, 2019, Compassion Company sold merchandise with a list price of 1 million to a customer. Therefore, kita ang seller nagbaligya ta og goods with a list price of 1 million. The entity allowed trade discounts of 20% and 10%. Then credit terms niya were 5/10 and over 30 and the sale was made FOB shipping point. Okay, so itong subtunay sa isa. So, list price, nagbaligya tag inventory to a customer, ang list price niya is 1 million. Let's dissect the problem. Tapos, naghatag ta og trade discount, give trade discount of 20% and 10%. That having a trade discount and 10%. Next is natay credit terms na 5/10 and over 30. Sino sabot ani, di ba? So, if mabayaran ta ni customer within 10 days, hataga na to siya og 5% discount. But the receivable nato or atong term nga gihatag kang customer mo due siya within 30 days. So dapat bayaran niya within 30 days. But if mabayaran niya within 10 days, okay, maghatag ta sa iyo og 5% discount. So again, first we are the seller ha. Point of view nato dire is kita si seller. So we are the seller. POV nato is seller. Okay. Then, the shipping term is FOB destination. FOB shipping point. Shipping point. Then, the entity, so kita daw, prepaid 50,000 of delivery costs for the customer as an accommodation. So, unsay nahitabo? Kita ang nagbayad sa freight. 'Di ba? Prepaid. Therefore, kita man si seller, kita ang nagbayad sa freight. Therefore, that shipping term, FOB shipping point, tapos naka freight, prepaid. Naka freight prepaid ta, pila gani ni? That's 50,000. The customer paid in full on June 11, 2019. So, nibayad si customer on June 11. So, pila man na? That's 10 days, di ba? From June 1, nga nangutang siya, nagpautang ta, nibayad sa June 11. So, within 10 days siya, payment ni customer a receipt within 10 days. Therefore, nasa discount, di ba? Because nibayad si customer within 10 days, muhatagan na to siya og 5% discount. Okay, so the question now, what amount is received from the customer as full remittance? So, si approach na to ani, or approach ani, let's prepare entries, di ba? Para mas dali sa masabtan. But again, naka-list price ang gihatag sa ato nga amount. List price. So, using the formula, di ba, we have list price minus trade discount that's equal invoice price. Diba? Our journal entry will start on the invoice price. Diba? So, dirita magsugod. Diba? This is dirita magsugod ubot og entry. Because again, trade discount is not accounted. Diba? Wala, dirita mag-entry pag na trade discount. Then, after invoice price, okay, minus cash discount is equal to the net amount. Okay. So let's compute first the invoice price. Diba? We have a list price of 1 million times you have trade discount of 20%. That is, and siya, so it is 200,000. So, minus 200,000. Pili na bilin sa imong list price. That's 800,000. Plus na napoy gidugang nga 10% discount. Okay, pila na? That's 80,000. Therefore, na-minusan na po ni og 80,000. So, ang nabili na lang is 720,000. Unsa lang 720,000? That is your invoice price. Okay, if you prepare an entries, so the invoice price, entry na to dira, kay nagpautang man ta, that's AR debit, 720,000. Credit ta, sales. That's 720,000. Okay. So, po may other entries na to dira, di ba? You have shipping terms, FOB shipping point, tapos, okay, naay freight prepaid, di ba? Naay freight prepaid na 50,000. So, take note that the shipping term is shipping point, FOB shipping point. Kinsa dapat ang magbayad sa freight? Si buyer, di ba? Si buyer dapat ang magbayad sa freight. But kinsa ang nagbayad? Kinsa ang actual nagbayad sa freight? Kita, si seller. Di ba? Therefore, oy buyer, ikaw dapat ang magbayad sa freight pero ako lang sang gibayaran una. Therefore, akong buhaton ani, since ikaw man dapat magbayad pero ako'y nagbayad, akong dungagan ang akong kolektahonon sa imo. So, sinahitabo. So, si seller, kita si seller, nag-entry na punta, nagdugang taog AR because, di ba, supposedly dapat si buyer ang magbayad sa freight pero kita ang nagbayad. So, therefore, kita may nagbayad, so mag-credit taog cash. That's 50,000. So, pila na ang total na to receivable kang buyer. So, that's 720 plus 50. That's 770,000. But unsa pay nahitabo sa transaction? Di ba, nakahatag ba tag cash discount? Yes, nakahatag ta og cash discount, di ba? Because di ba, sa atong credit terms, mohatag tag 5% ka discount if mabayaran within 10 days. Okay, so nakabayad ba? Nakabayad ba within 10 days si customer? Yes, because nabayaran niya paid in full on June 11, 2019. So therefore, mag-record ta og sales discount. Di ba? Kay kita may nagkataog discount. So our entry is debit sales discount. Pila to ang sales discount ana? That's 5% of the invoice price, di ba? So dapat times 5% of the invoice price. So times 5%. So pila man eh. That's 720,000 times point. That's 36,000. Therefore, the sales discount na itong nahatag is 36,000. Then, we credit accounts receivable. Siyempre, diba, mabawasan ang atong dawatunon kang customer because nagatagtag discount sa iya. That's 36,000. So, karon pila ang dapat bayaran ni customer. So, pila yung nabilin siyang AR. So, siyang AR, so kung mag-T-account ta, saan ni pag-T-account be? Ano na lang. Okay, natay AR kani 720 naka-debit plus 50 naka-debit minus 36 naka-credit. So, pilay balance sa AR. AR balance, that is 720,000 plus 50,000 minus 36,000. Therefore, pila ang balance. Pila ang bayronon full ni customer sa ato. Pila na lang itong dawatonon kang customer. So, that is 734,000. So, the answer is 734,000. So, this is the answer. Diba? So, mao na lang ni ang atong dawaton kang customer. So, what amount is received from customer as full remittance? Therefore, ang bayron na lang ni customer sa ato is only 734,000. So, answer for this is 734,000. Okay, next. Okay, last problem. Sample problem. So, UHS purchased goods from his trusted supplier and incurred the following. So, this problem, compute what is the cost of the inventory. Diba? Okay, cost of inventory, diba? Composition, cost of purchase, cost of conversion, and other costs necessary. Okay, so si UHS purchased goods from his trusted supplier and incurred the following. Okay, following expenses or costs, diba? You have purchase price, import duties, abnormal costs, recoverable taxes, you have storage costs and finished goods, you have freight in, administrative overhead, handling, and so on. So this time, the question is, what is the cost of the inventory? Diba? Under cost of inventory, that is cost of purchase plus cost of conversion and other, diba, necessary costs. Here, wala tay cost of conversion because di ba naka-merchandising concern ta ani dere, di ba? Wala ta naka-manufacturing because wala ta kita o ay actually pwede sa manufacturing dai, sorry. So because na ay finished goods, na ay goods in process, di ba? Okay, so this is the okay, so atong buhaton ani, let's identify the cost of the inventory. So let's start, di ba? So purchase price, is it part of the cost of inventory? Yes, di ba? Part sa cost sa inventory. Import duties, part ba sa cost sa inventory? Yes, it's part of your cost of purchase. Abnormal cost, part ba sa cost of your inventory? Okay, no, di ba? This is outright expense. That is outright expense. Therefore, expense, diretso nimo sa recoverable taxes, part pa sa imong inventory cost. No, why? Is outright expense. Why? Because recoverable. Diba? Dapat i-recoverable taxes siya. Okay, next. Storage cost of finished goods inventory. Part ba sa imong cost of inventory? Okay, no. This is outright expense. Diba? Storage cost of finished goods. Therefore, dili importante ang storage cost for finished goods, diba? Because pwede naman sa mabaligya once ma-finished goods na siya. So kanang storage cost nimo na incur for the finished goods is outright expense na sa di sa part sa imong inventory. Cost of your inventory. Freight in, yes, part, diba? So this part of your cost of your inventory, freight in. Pag purchase nimo, that's the transportation cost upon purchase. Administrative overhead, part to sa imong inventory, cost of your inventory. Okay, no, 'di ba? Administrative overhead, normally that's kanang mga cost na na-incur sa admin, 'di ba? So that is outright expense. Okay, handling, is it part of the cost of your inventory? Yes, part sa imong inventory. Storage cost of goods in process, part ba sa imong inventory? Yes, 'di ba? Because again, storage cost of goods in process is importante sa importante siya para ang goods ma-present sa in his condition, 'di ba? In their condition, di ba? So kinahanglan siya because again, if dili nimo i-store ang goods nga in process pa, posible dili sa ma-convert into finished goods because wala nimo gina-store basin madaot siya labi na kung perishable. Okay. So necessary siya. Directly attributable cost, of course, di ba? That's directly attributable cost, so necessary siya for the inventory. Irrecoverable taxes, so maning appeal, irrecoverable taxes. So that's part of the cost of your inventory. Then trade discount, yes, appeal, but kinahanglan nato sa i-deduct, di ba? Minus. So minus the trade discount. How about the rebate? Same with the trade discount. Appeal siya, but we need to deduct the rebates. Okay, it's same nature with discounts. So freight out, okay, this is outright expense. So therefore, what is the cost of the inventory? So the answer is, add lang nato ang naka-red. So that is 1,000 plus 200 plus 300 plus 80 plus 250, 170 plus 120 minus the trade discount 50 and rebates 20. So the answer is 2,050. Okay, so that's the answer. So I guess that's all for the sample problems.